Do you ever go to Costco and spend a couple of hours walking around, shopping, grabbing all these items, and then you get to the line and then the cashier tells you, hey, do you have a second pack of muffins? Oh, I know it's happened to you. It's happened to me too. I'm the Costco dude and I've been an employee for 15 years and I'm here to give you some tips on how to have a smooth ride next time you go to Costco. So some of these things that I'm going to tell you, some are actual rules that you need to do, and some, they're just more of like, I'm trying to give you some advice on how to make your experience a little bit more smooth and quicker than it could be. I'm not saying you don't have that. I'm just saying I'm here to help you out. So here are some tips on things you should know before you get in line at Costco. So number one, and I feel like everybody would know this, is you should always have your Costco membership card ready to go. When you're done shopping and you're headed towards the line, one thing you could do is always just grab your card and make sure that you have it handy. You don't have to keep holding it. Just make sure that it's readily available so that when the cashier asks for it, you can move along really fast. If you don't have your Costco membership card, but you are a Costco Visa holder, just remember that the back side of this card has your membership on there. So you can use this to get into the store and check out at any register. If you forgot your wallet or you just don't have the physical cards with you, you can also use the app. Your app will have your membership in it and you can use that same thing to get into the store and check out at any register. So going back to the muffins, the bakery does have a couple of items that require you to have two to count as one item, them being muffins, bagels, danishes, and sometimes I believe there are a couple of seasonal items that you can also get in packs of two. The reason Costco does this is so you can mix and match flavors so that you don't have a dozen of muffins of the same flavor if some of you like chocolate and some of you like blueberry muffins. Unfortunately, you cannot mix bagels with muffins and muffins with danishes, etc. And also you cannot just buy one of them. You can ask to pay the full price for just one pack, and you can't ask to pay half price for just the one. One tip we always like to tell people is that you can freeze these if you don't eat them fast enough. But come on, who's not eating one muffin a day? Because Costco muffins are delicious. There is unfortunately no exceptions to this rule, so this one you do have to follow. Next tip to know is that Costco only takes Visa and any debit card. So that means that any Visa credit card will be able to take. If you have a MasterCard that's a debit card, as long as you know your PIN, you should be able to go through. If you don't have it, we may not be able to help you out with that. If you have an HSA or an FSA card, you can still use that, but you would have to go to the pharmacy or the optical department to purchase the items that qualify under this card. If you have items that can be purchased with your HSA card, but also items that can't, you will have to make two trips unless you want to pay for all of it with your normal credit or debit card. Next tip is for those who have the executive membership or the City Visa card. If you have these, you are getting some cashback rewards, 2% cashback for the executive membership, and then 1 to 4% cashback on your Visa card. If you have any of these, you will be getting either a physical check or an email with a barcode on it that counts as a check. If you wanted to use these at any point, you can. The 2% cashback reward doesn't mean that you have to use it for your membership. You can use it at any point, really. Now, a few years ago, that 2% cashback reward, you were able to just go into any register and cash it out. Unfortunately, you can no longer do this, but the trick that we like to tell people is if you have a really nice check that you don't necessarily want to spend at Costco, you can just go get some bananas, which I believe it's the cheapest item we have at $1.86 or something like that. And then you can buy that, use your 2% cashback reward check, and then they'll give you cashback for the remainder of it. Something similar happens with the Costco rewards, but that one you can actually go to membership and then get a full cash reward for it. If it's a really large amount, they might want to give you a check that you can go cash at your bank instead. Now, if you're an executive member, you know that the 2% cashback reward usually gets you about 2 months before your membership actually expires. If you want to hold that check until it's time to renew your membership, you're welcome to do that. If you want to renew with your check before the renewal is due, you can always stop by any membership desk and they'll be able to renew that for you ahead of its time. And like I mentioned before, if you renew your membership with your own card and you still have the 2% cashback reward check, you can still go and use that however you like at any Costco. And speaking of membership renewals, a side note, if you want to upgrade your membership from the basic to an executive membership, you can do that at the register or you can go to the membership desk. Now, if you have the executive membership and you wanted to downgrade, you do unfortunately have to go to the membership desk to do that. If you end up having to renew your membership at the register, just go straight to the membership desk right after and they'll downgrade you and give you your $60 back. I know it's a hassle, but that's just the way it works. The registers on the front end don't have the capacity to look into your membership's history, and therefore we can't process that type of transaction. That being said, because the registers are so simple, if you're looking for an item, it's best to go and ask a supervisor and find that item or whether we have it or not before you head into the line. Otherwise, we have to hold the line and then everybody's going to be waiting for our supervisors or our assistants to go and make sure that we have or don't have the item. A side note to that, not all cashiers know all of the item numbers to all of the items at Costco. Every Costco warehouse has a lot of different items as well. And sometimes the item numbers are even different depending on the region where you're in. Some items we do know the numbers of, like a watermelon or waters or water softener. And a cashier may be able to type it, but if you come in and say, hey, I forgot peanut butter, can you ring me up for some peanut butter or for some apples or for some bread? We don't always know those item numbers, which means we have to ask our supervisors or our assistants to go and find out the number and then bring it back to us so that we can type it in. So if you already know that you need something, it's best to go and ask before you get in line. If you remember while you're getting checked out, that's totally fine. We shouldn't give you a hard time, and if the employee does, report them. Now the next one's not a rule, but it definitely goes a long way. Once you get to the end of the register, it's always nice when the member helps the assistants or the cashiers unload everything from the cart onto the belt. I know that that's why the cashiers and assistants are there, is to help you get everything going. But sometimes with how busy and how large some of the orders are, it can be a little hard. So what happens is the assistant sometimes will be on the other side helping the member in front of you put everything in their cart. And then if you're just standing there waiting for somebody to come and help you out, you're just delaying everything. You might as well help out a little bit. Again, you don't have to. I just think it goes a long way. The cashier and assistant will definitely appreciate it. And the last tip I have for you is try to avoid being on your phone when you're going through the register. It's not only rude for the cashier when you're on your phone and not paying attention, but it can also affect you if you're not actually paying attention to what's getting scanned. I talked about this in my previous video about like mistyped numbers or double scans, like why they ask for your receipt. And if you're not paying attention to what's getting scanned, if something gets double scanned or a different item number gets punched in and then you're getting charged for something that you're not buying, that's going to cause even more problems later. So paying attention to everything that's getting scanned will help you in the long run. All right, so that's it for my tips. I hope that they helped you, and next time you go to Costco, you have a very nice, smooth ride getting in and out of the store. If this helped you out, go ahead and like this video. If you have any questions or I forgot something or you have something to fight me on, please leave it in the comment section below and we'll fight there. And that's it. That's all I got for you. Until next time. Bye.